Hey beautiful people, it's Rickita. I'm back with another video. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about credit card approvals after bankruptcy. So someone said, let me actually pop it up here. Somebody said they was actually able to get Capital One to pre-approve them for 2 unsecured credit cards, no annual fee, and the other one got cash back, which is good. Right after bankruptcy, 2 weeks after bankruptcy. And I want people to understand that this is normal, especially when you guys file Chapter 7. They're going to be throwing credit cards at you right away because guess what? You can't file that bankrupt. You only have a certain amount of time you have to wait a certain amount of years to be able to file another Chapter 7 bankruptcy. So they feel like they got a certain amount of safety with you, if you know what I mean. Like, well, we can give them a credit card. They can't file bankruptcy on here. They'll be fine. That's what I heard from a lot of bankruptcy attorneys. Like, well, you can't file again. So they feel like it's a safe bet. So they can go ahead and give you another credit card. So if you guys file bankruptcy, don't be scared. Like, you guys have to get back out there and start applying for more credit cards and start building your credit back up. You may not get the limits that you had before. You may not get the cards that you had before. You probably got to work up to that point, but you still can have a life after bankruptcy. So they were talking about the Capital One credit cards. Let me show you a list where you can go here and pre-qualify for. It's over 45 different accounts. You can go to this list and have your pick on which credit cards you want to actually get, because I do want you all to understand you need to have 4 credit cards reporting positively every month saying that you're paying on time. So if you messed up all your accounts technically because you put them in bankruptcy, you got to start over. Okay, so let's go ahead and check it out. Now, if you guys go to my website, rickita.com, which is here. So if you go to my website, you guys can, if you have, if you still have your bankruptcy on your credit report, you still have negative accounts, get this free dispute letter and start removing them accounts from your credit reports, because yeah, we're going to go through that list shortly, but they're not going to want to give you credit cards if you still got negative accounts. So some companies going to say no, and you want to open up, you want to open up to the point where, a lot of different companies that say yes to you, basically. So you have a free dispute letter here. And then also, if you want to do targeted letters, charged off student loans and late payments. So depending on the situation, you can get one of these packages. And anybody that's in my membership, I could definitely help you send out those letters to work to remove these accounts from your credit reports. Now, these are the lists here. Okay, maybe I should do one for bankruptcy, but bankruptcy to me falls into the best credit cards for bad credit, also the best credit cards to build credit, and then pre-qualify with no hard inquiry. My favorite list has always been pre-qualify with no hard inquiry, because I want you to tell me yes or no without you give me that hard inquiry and just telling me no, because that hard inquiry is going to drop your credit score. I only want a hard inquiry if you say for sure you're going to give me a credit card. If you cannot say for sure you're going to give me a credit card, let's just not even start. Find no hard inquiry. So let's go ahead and check it out. Now, here is the list of all of the different credit cards that you guys can check out. There's different routes that you can go in terms of which credit cards you want to get. But I do suggest you try to get some of those easier credit cards like the Capital One, the Discover. Try to see if you can get some store credit cards too, because once those start reporting, it can help build up your credit, boost up your credit score. Okay. Now, Apple, if you still got bankruptcy reporting, they're probably not going to like it. But once you get that bankruptcy deleted, they're not going to know about it. You might have an option with them. Definitely, Navy Federal in rewards. You could put a $200 deposit down on their credit card, and then it can graduate to a $2,000 credit card. So definitely check them out too. That could be an option. Pedal 1 and Pedal 2, you can see if you can pre-qualify for those, and they'll say yes or no. But I want you guys to understand this. I know it's key. I know they just filed bankruptcy. I don't even know if the bankruptcy is on a credit report too. We got to think about that. I don't even know if it popped up on a credit report. Account, so please work on removing them. Okay, and then you can go directly to the website like Capital One, Discover, and try to see if they can pre-qualify you for any of those credit cards. OpenSky, I used OpenSky to build on my credit after filing bankruptcy before. I didn't go through with my bankruptcy, but I still use OpenSky as a way to like build my credit, and I still suggest it for some people. So say if you're trying to get a credit card on this list and they're not trying to give you a credit card, then you can probably go with those secure credit cards like Capital One, Navy Federal, and Discover. Try to see if either of those companies can give you a secure credit card. And if they say they can give you a secure credit card, those ones are going to graduate. If they say no, then you have to go with like Kickoff. Um, you have to go with Kickoff, Open Sky, and companies like that. So, but again, there are so many different accounts on here. So I want you all to just go through this list and see which ones you guys may be interested in. But watch out for the I want you guys to have horrible fees in terms of Credit One Bank. They might try to hit you with $79 annual fee, and that may not be something that you want to do. It's something that I personally wouldn't suggest. So I do tell people, like, watch out for the fees when it come down to these credit cards. Okay. And some companies like Citi, if you got a bankruptcy on your credit report, they don't really like to see a bankruptcy. Even for their secure credit card, they don't even like to see a bankruptcy. So if you see that you can get pre-qualified for a card, don't get sad about it. It is what it is. You got to move on, move on to the next company. And if anybody in the comments ever filed bankruptcy and you was able to get approved for credit cards, make sure you drop down like which credit cards you were able to get approved for, and then how was it after you filed bankruptcy? What was your experience like? Because my experience was I added the accounts right away. My credit score went up very, very fast. The bankruptcy was added to my credit reports, but I was able to delete it, and I just moved on from there. I just started building my credit back up. And then at the same time, too, I was more disciplined because I already went through that bankruptcy process. I was more disciplined. So I'm not going to mess this up anymore. So, that was like my experience, but definitely put below your experience with filing bankruptcy and then the process of you actually building your credit too. Like, how is that going, or how did it go? And if you guys have been sitting not getting any credit cards, for you to really have a very good credit score to the point too where you can get more credit cards in the future, you're going to want to have at least 4 credit cards reporting and then 2 installment accounts. You have to do this. I don't care if it's the secure credit cards. I really don't care. You need something reporting, because right now, if you have a bankruptcy just reporting, that's it. It's just only negative. They hear nothing good about you. You need some credit card companies to start reporting good stuff about you. Okay. But as you see, it's a lot of credit cards on here, but you're going to want to check the annual fees on here. Like the Indigo card, just did a video about this. Somebody said they was able to get it with no annual fee, fine. But if they can give you a high annual fee or these maintenance fees too, y'all, watch out for that. It's just ridiculous. If they're going to give you all that, then you should just stay away from it. Don't start it, because it's such a trap. Eventually, um, you're going to probably use that money and not pay them back, and now it's a charge off. Now it's going to turn into a collection, and now you in trouble again. So just stay away from accounts like that so you don't have to necessarily get in trouble. But like I said, it's a lot of different credit cards on here. If you guys have problems with targeted accounts on your credit reports, like bankruptcy, charge off, collections, student loans, or late payments, then go ahead and get your dispute letters here, because that'll help you remove those negative accounts from your credit reports. If you all ever have any questions, please go to my website, Rickita.com, at the top, and schedule a call. Okay, I'll be happy to help you all, but please make sure that I'm able to look at your reports too. Because I hang on, I talk to people and I really can't look at your reports. I'm like, I don't even, what you're saying may not even be true. It may not even be right. I need to look to tell you what it means. But I'll definitely see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.